Who should pay, the guy or the girl? Or sorry.
We have to choose.
Yeah, we
No,
don't
no,
have
no,
to.
no. Here, just answer the original one. My bad. Go ahead. Continue.
Oh, split it.
Okay.
Whoever wants to pay it more, like, we're Asian, so
Fight
like,
for it.
every time we
so
finish
right.
we
Yeah.
finish eating dinner, there's like people fighting with the wallet. They're like, no, give me the check. No, like whoever is really just dying to pay the damn bill, go pay the bill.
Okay, who should pay on a first date?
Whoever asks them out on the first date. If the guy asks me out and he wants to pay, then I'll let him pay. But if I ask him, like, hey, let's go out to this restaurant I really want to try, and it's a super expensive restaurant, I'll fucking pay for it because I wanted that restaurant.
Okay, go ahead.
I would offer first, but it would make me feel good if he also offers. Like, I would still try to win it, but it would make me feel good if he also offered.
Okay, what about you?
It's the same answer.
Closer to the mic?
Same answers as Mochi's.
Okay, so you would what?
Oh, sorry, my brain's kind of foggy right now. It's kind of late. Well, it's either split or whoever. Like, I would offer it first, and then it could be split. But if he wants to completely cover for it, then he can cover for it.
Okay.
I think it's classy for men to offer. Like,
Yeah,
at
Yeah.
least
so
offer.
I mean, personally, I don't really think about
okay.
I don't really think about like whether like, oh, like who should pay this or that. Like if I'm paying the dinner, it's because me, Tofu, wants to pay the dinner because that is something Tofu would do. It's part of like who I am.
Wait, your name's Tofu? Or is that your like username handle?
It's my username.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, are you Uwu Tofu?
Yes, that is me.
Okay.
Yeah. So cute.
Wait, so you said it's what was the term you used? It's nice if the
classy.
guy.
I
It's
think it's
classy
classy.
if the guy offers.
I think it shows good manners. But I might, counter offer.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
don't think they should have to pay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason I asked these two questions, the would you date a guy who lives with his parents and would you date, or who should pay on the first date, it kind of brings us back to the conversation we were having about finances and money, right? And so a lot of you said whoever asks should pay. And again, maybe you guys are outliers on this one. Generally speaking, men are overwhelmingly asking women out on first dates. And maybe you guys differ there. Maybe you guys are taking that initial first step, that initiative. But for you to say that whoever asks should pay, you might as well answer the guy should pay, because overwhelmingly men de facto are the ones who are asking women out on first dates.
I mean, if I really like a guy and I want to ask him out, then I would pay.
You ask guys out?
Sometimes if I really like him. But it's been really long since I've been on a date.
It's been a minute. You're emotionally unavailable, so.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
So-
thanks for remembering.
Yeah.
But if someone wants to change that, chicken.
Spicy.
I will say that I think like the whole thing about like men having to pay is kind of bullshit. I find it really strange that there's this whole thing of like, oh yeah, men paying for the bill or paying for the bill, a masculine trait, or oh, getting pampered, women trait. Like, who decided to make that a thing? Like, I don't get it. Where's the logic?
I don't pay on first dates.
Okay, cool.
nice.
Even if I ask, I'm not paying.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'll pay for I'll split the check, or I'll pay for myself. She can pay for
Wow.
her
hot
food.
take.
Or
Okay.
sorry, I don't do food dates. No food dates. She can pay for her.
Kind of rude.
Is that
What
gonna be
is?
something?
If you ask a girl out and you ask her to split it.
Well, okay. Phrasing is important here. So I'm never going to be like, can I take you out? I'm going to say, would you want to grab a drink? Do you want to grab dinner? Now, some girls might still consider that you're asking. It's kind of asking, but it's not.
But you're literally asking, though.
That's
no,
asking.
that's like a question,
No, but it's
dude.
different. It's the difference between asking someone out and offering to take someone out. So I'm saying, hey, do you want to grab a drink, or let's grab a drink, let's grab some food. I'm not saying, can I take you to dinner? I'm saying, you want to grab a burger, or you want to grab some food.
But you're asking someone of the opposite sex that you'd want to like hang out with more, right? Isn't that
Yeah,
not
she
a
can pay
date?
for her own food.
A hangout or to like potentially become your girlfriend.
All of the above.
Are you trying to differentiate being something more casual versus something formal? Is that what you mean?
Whatever it is I'm looking for, like, I'm not going to pay for your food on the first date
Okay, cool.
or drinks.
Why is that?
Well, okay. I have a few rare scenarios in which I will pay. If I get the sense that she's very traditional, and she's not, with near certainty, I know that she's not fucking someone else, then I would pay. or what?
How do you figure out, like, you know, like with
Bro, I have the
certainty?
radar. I've got
You
the
have a
fucking
radar.
radar. I
So
do.
you would only pay so that traditional women won't get mad at you? Because she would get mad if she had to pay, right?
Oh.
Well, it's more okay. So the other scenario that I would pay is if like she's in college or something and she's not making money. She's like, I'm significantly out earning her. But if I'm dating a 30-year-old litigation attorney who's making $200,000 a year, you can afford it.
When was the last
That
time
makes
you went on a
sense.
date
There's
with
no
someone in
commitment yet.
college?
That's true.
When was the last time I've dated someone in college? I'm trying to think here.
It doesn't have to be like exact month or anything.
What's that?
It doesn't have to be like the exact month or anything.
Probably like, I don't know the exact month. In the past 6 months, I've probably done it. Yeah.
Okay, that was just
Yeah.
wondering.
I'd say the majority of women I'm dating are around my age, but like, would I date a girl who's 19, 20, 21? Sure. So,
What about you, Jason? Right?
What's the question?
Same thing. What?
When was the last time you dated someone that was in college?
Like, I mean, a week ago.
yeah, his ex little thing was
Would
in
you pay on the
college.
first date?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pay on the first date. Me and Brian got kind of different principles on paying on the first
I don't
date.
pay.
Yeah, I just
won't
don't.
pay.
I don't mind.
See, but the thing is like, I lose women by doing this because a lot of women do. It's either a preference or like, we've had women come on the show and they say, yeah, if a guy didn't pay for me, like, you know what, I'll pay and then I'll never talk to him again. I'll ghost him. They'll do that. We've had a lot of women say that. So, but it's a principle thing. It's a principle.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to pay.
What is the principle on that?
Well, okay, there's a few. So the first one is, who here, show of hands, who here believes in gender equality?
As in, like, does it exist or do we want it?
Who? Both, I guess? Like,
It has to
But
be
those
one
are
or the
two
other.
different questions, though.
Yeah, they're very different.
as a concept, do you believe in gender equality?
I believe there should be gender equality. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It depends, right? Because there's a lot of like chivalry like associated with that. So I think he means like true gender equality in every single way,
Yeah,
right?
in every
Then no,
facet.
like I wouldn't want
Yeah.
that. Like I still like some of the traditional facets, and I like feeling good, and I like feeling cared for whenever I have a partner. So total gender equality, like
Mhm.
completely, I wouldn't want that.
But here's the thing, you can't, equality is not a, and speaking of dinners, equality, no pun intended, equality is not a buffet where you get to pick and choose the equality you want and the equality you don't want. You either get equality across the board or none at all.
Wait, so you're saying like our options are total equality or back to like we can't vote?
I feel like that's
No,
very
no, no.
black and
That's
white
not what
thinking.
that's not what I'm saying. Well, actually, the way it plays out in today's modern dating marketplace, women actually do have men adhering to their traditional gender roles, but women are not adhering to their traditional gender roles. So actually, yes, you guys do, as it currently stands, you do have the best of both worlds. But I'm saying that, yes, it should be, it ought to be equality across the board. So when someone breaks into our house, you best be getting the gun.
Or like cockroaches?
We're
Like, I
both
have to
getting
kill
the
them? I
guns.
have to kill the cockroaches?
Yeah, you
Like-
have to kill the
No.
you have to kill the spiders. No,
No.
no, I'll do that shit. I'll kill this. I mean,
Guys have to wear thongs.
fuck that.
And then they have to carry children using science. So what do you guys have?
No.
Like,
So wait, is the
You
argument
guys
for
have-
like
you
The-
guys-
no, but
Men
okay, the
should
main-
get their tubes tied.
The main thing,
Or
the
get
main
their
thing, I'm
date
being
Vasectomy?
Get a vasectomy. Yeah.
I'm being a bit hyperbolic here, but the main thing it comes down to is the financial component of relationships. If you want equality, we're going to be financially equal in this
So
relationship.
does that include the wage gap, for example?
I mean,
like,
that's
all
been
across the
debunked. There's no
board?
wage gap.
Yeah, the wage
Can you
gap
explain
is
how it was
not-
debunked?
That's well, you've asserted something exists, so you need to present evidence for its existence.
You just asserted that it was debunked, so I'm asking you, how was it debunked?
If you're asserting there's an existence of something, it is your duty to argue why it exists. It's not my job to prove that it does not exist.
I would argue that you made a lot of postulations earlier and you didn't cite your sources.
Well, I'm sorry that I didn't.
But
I
you're asking
didn't.
us to cite our sources.
I didn't pull up the studies and like.
Of course, like we're not gonna pull up the studies either.
You're the one with the laptop. You
I
can
got.
pull it
Hold
up.
on.
We were not on our phones.
You could put that up on OBS.
Look, I mean, you've asserted that the
Girls,
wage.
like, the wage gap isn't
Sorry, I
real.
didn't find a
Yeah, the wa-
specific source for the wage gap, which has
No,
been
but you've-
discussed
you've-
over and over again.
but
in
you've
nearly every
exerted-
piece of mainstream media. Apologies.
You've asserted that it exists. The duty is on you to prove it, not me to disprove it. Okay, that which is asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence.
This is riveting.
Dang.
Thank you.
It's
If
very
we had
riveting.
Our phones and you didn't tell us to put it away, maybe we could have our sources cited. I mean, I think that the fact that you're trying to refute our argument because and asking us to cite our sources
I'm not.
when
No,
we're
no, no,
not
no.
like
You don't.
physically
You don't
able
need to give me your
cite-
sources, but you need to articulate what is the wage gap.
What is the wage gap?
What is it?
It's when two people who, a man and a woman, not all the time, but a lot of the time, are doing the same exact job and they're not being paid very well.
That's
women
that's
are making,
illegal.
Women are
Yeah.
making less money than men on average, and even if it's illegal, it's still happening. And there's also a lot of factors to this. For example, women do a lot of domestic and care work that is unpaid, which adds to that.
If your
That's the
husband,
assertion.
if you're a stay-at-home mom, and your husband is out working, providing for the family, it's not really like it's not unpaid labor because your husband's out there working, providing for the family, the house, the food.
Obviously, like
It's not-
we're outliers, so I don't know how else to describe it.
I mean, there is a gap between like how much money men make and how much money women make, but
It's not
what-
just the same jobs either. It's also that men are more likely to get higher paying jobs than women, and it's not because women are incompetent.
Can I deflect the conversation quickly? What are the inequalities for male? I would love to hear.
Well, you're changing gears pretty quick. I would like to stay on the wage gap
I'm
thing.
curious
We can.
about what Reina is asking, actually.
Same.
We.
Curious. Do tell.
Well, we should stick
Like
on the
the
wage.
draft?
I'd be happy to get to that, but I would like to, before shifting on to another topic, we could talk about the wage gap for a little bit. So, what is the numerical? Do you know what the number is for the wage gap? Like, it's
I don't
often like you
remember.
hear 80.
It was like
80 cents or
70%, but my
73
data
cents.
is very old. Like this was the
last time I saw-
70%
right,
was
the
like
last time I saw a source for this was
2000.
yeah, the
2013
study
probably.
they studied the study they pulled that from literally took just average working women and their pay versus or the median income.
It took all the men working in the U.S. and
And
all the women working in the U.S. and compared it like that. They didn't take into consideration hours worked, part-time or full-time, the kind of job that they're doing. There's so many factors when analyzing something like this.
I don't think that's fair. I think it should be more. If there was a study that showed exact salary on the same exact profession, I think that'd be fine. Because there are professions where women dominate and male don't dominate. And
Yeah, well, I mean, there's just differences in the career paths that both men and women go to. But when you
Absolutely.
control for all the factors that you can control for, the gap shrinks to like it's 1 cent difference.
for every single job in the whole wide world,
There's been
That's
there's
why.
been studies done on it,
It's
and they
been
found
debunked.
there's I think it was 19 different factors that